Will Texas hold the line when it comes to the southern border? It's January 23rd, 2024, and this is a special edition of Daily Headlines. We're coming back to you. Right now, we're outside of Shelby Park, which, if you've been paying attention, has been essentially ground zero for what has become a standoff between the federal government and the state government when it comes to protecting Texas's southern border. Okay, to catch you up, a little bit of the context. Yesterday, the U.S. Supreme Court issued a ruling that essentially struck down an injunction that was provided by the Fifth Circuit, which prevented the Biden administration from ordering Border Patrol to come in and cut down some of the concertina wire fencing that Texas had placed along the border that had been effective in keeping illegal aliens out. Well, now the question is, what will the state government do in response? Now, today, we have not seen any Border Patrol come into this area. The state government has essentially seized Shelby Park. There's a lot of restrictions on who can come in, who can come out when it comes to media or the public. But one thing is for sure, federal agents are not being allowed inside. And for now, the concertina wire has remained. It has absolutely stayed there. And it doesn't look like, at least today, like we're going to see Border Patrol come in and try to cut it. Some sources have even told Texas Scorecard that if they do come in by boat by way of the Rio Grande and cut the wire from that direction, that the Texas National Guard and DPS, who are part of Operation Lone Star, who are inside Shelby Park right now, are prepared to replace it quickly. And that perhaps even the wire placed along some of the private property that lines much of this part of the Rio Grande, where the state has come in and put some of concertina wire there, that if that gets cut, they are prepared to come out and replace that quickly. And so the big theme today has essentially been hold the line. That's the words we saw Chris Olivares, spokesperson for DPS, say last night after the ruling was issued by the Supreme Court. And we've seen Governor Greg Abbott say that today, that Texas is going to hold the line when it comes to maintaining these wires, these barriers that have been, from all accounts, effective, at least where they've been placed, in keeping some of the illegal migration to a minimum. Talking to some of the people here on the ground, and I'll note that the guardsmen and DPS officers here have been instructed and told not to do interviews, not to talk with the media. But we have gathered that just in the last couple days, you've seen illegal crossings at 60, which sounds like a lot and certainly is a lot. It should be zero. But when you compare that to the hundreds and thousands that we have seen in previous days, previous weeks, certainly it shows that what is being done here is working. Now, it is effective, at least in moving some of this to at least the port of entry. Now, what happens then, right, when illegal aliens cross and are put into the hands of Border Patrol? Well, that's sort of the next question and the next problem. But for right now, it looks like the concertina wire is going to be staying up for now. We're going to continue following this story, of course, as well as all of the coverage of what's happening on the Texas border during this border crisis. You can check out more of those stories at TexasScorecard.com.
If you're not watching the Luke Macias Show, then you are not as engaged as everybody else is in Texas who's trying to make a difference, knowing exactly what's going on so that they can take action on the things that really matter. Guys, watch us on the Roku app for Texas Scorecard. Watch us on YouTube. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Get engaged, get more informed, so together we can actually make a bigger difference on things that matter for the future of Texas. God bless you.